So I'm here with one of my former coworkers. We were just together working on a crew, and it was great, because I came out to you guys about being transgender, and it was really just amazing working in this place where I felt like I could talk about myself. And I wanted to ask, what was it like for you when I did kind of come out to you guys as a group?
Well, I thought your way of your approach was quite novel, and it was cool. It was just kind of a cool way to do it. You essentially had us do sort of a mock interview, and you kind of just laid it out that, hey, you guys know that I like girls, but also I'm transgender.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So it made sense. Do you think you understood that first day as much as you, did you comprehend what I was telling you?
Yes. And we've talked about this before, but just for the sake of this, I knew you last year as well.
Yeah.
We worked together for one
Assignment.
8-day assignment,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
At that time, I knew you as Forrest
The
girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so this year, starting the year, I knew you as Forrest the girl.
Right.
So when you came out as transgender, it took a little bit of undoing.
Yeah.
Yeah, to sort of get to that point where I referred to you as a man instead of a woman.
Right.
Does that make sense?
And when you did make that change, just being polite, about the wordage, did you feel like you were pretending, or you kind of started to really comprehend the situation? Just be honest.
It's sort of an interesting question, because at this point I've already made that complete transition.
Cool. In your mind.
Yeah, in my mind.
So it works.
Yeah, it did work, but it took a long time.
Yeah.
And I think maybe I told you at one point,
Yeah.
I was having problems being consistent, because we'd even talked about it when you weren't there as a crew one time, and
Yeah,
I kept saying
wondering.
I felt really bad because I keep calling Forrest a she
Yeah.
in front of him, and it was sort of, I go and I feel kind of bad about it, and everybody else said sort of basically the same thing.
Yeah.
And so after that, once really we discussed that as a crew, and everyone started making that conscientious sort of change.
Yeah.
I think it became a lot easier for me as well, because it was the normal.
Yeah.
It was the norm. Yeah.
So fascinating to hear, because I don't see that little behind the scenes stuff. So, I could have come out to you one at a time and kind of told you in private or whatever and answered all your questions, but I think it seemed to work better doing it all at once. Is that true?
Yeah, I think it was. I think
it
was
came
good.
together, sort of.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably not that big of a deal with the small group, because there's only 3 other people.
Yeah.
But say in your current job where you have more people.
Yeah.
I think coming out to everybody, or just discussing it. Coming out sounds weird to me.
Yeah.
But discussing it with everybody there makes more sense, because then you'll have somebody so and so will be gossiping about
Totally.
Hey, did you hear what Forrest said?
Yeah, this is crazy, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think it's better to sort of
Do it at once.
do.
Now that we're talking about my new crew and my new group, they're just so different. There's some really young guys on this crew, and it just seems so. It's not the same, not the same chemistry, not the same energy, and plus I'm the new person and they've worked together. So, when do I do it? When do I tell everybody?
I think you should do it, and I think you should do it as soon as possible, just to sort of get everybody.
Even if they're really conservative and really judgmental.
I just think you have to. If that's, if this is your decision, to sort of be open about it, and this is what you want to do. You want to live with this.
Yeah.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of the repercussions.
Right.
I think even someone that's really conservative will accept it. I mean, even if they sort of snicker about it, or they say hey, that's weird, or whatever it is that people like that say. But I think they'll eventually just accept.
That's cool.
That's how it is.
That's such a message of hope, and I hope you're right. So I'd like to believe that. What about What if I decided to like transition and become a man, and it took like 6 months to sort of like work into my face and body? Like, how do you think that would go over with my workplace?
Hmm.
Can you even imagine that? Doesn't that sound crazy?
I think it would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Actually.
Like good for everybody. Sort
Yeah,
of to
I think it would be kind of cool.
experience.
I don't know. I wish.
Right.
Yeah, I wish you had done that when I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said. Yeah,
To
you're
watch.
cheating on me,
Yeah,
Forrest.
damn it. Just kidding. Yeah.
I'm not gonna get to experience this now.
Yeah, I'll send you pictures.
Yeah.
No, because yeah, you know, I think about it, and I think, what would the logistics be here? But I guess that's a whole nother can of worms. But
Yeah.
for the most part, yeah.
You know, one thing I was thinking about. You are the first transgender person I've ever met.
Yeah.
At least it's open. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the first person that's openly said, "Hey, I'm transgender."
Mm-hmm.
And so, when you say that you're transgender, I mean, I sort of had a little bit better than vague idea of what transgender was.
Mm-hmm.
But you might just want to like explain it, especially if somebody's like 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They've lived in K-pop their whole life. And,
Yeah.
they may just not know. They may just hear like, "Oh, good, it's transgender, gay, lesbian,
Yeah.
whatever month."
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "What the hell is that?"
Totally.
Yeah.
A conversation like this really helps me, like makes me feel stronger and more confident, and I really appreciate everything that you had to say.
Thank you.